Hi, my name is Zareen. I'm 21 years old and I'm from London, Ontario, Canada. I'm making this video because I saw that another YouTuber, Ginsengchris, made videos documenting his time on Concerta after he was diagnosed with ADHD, and gave me the idea of wanting to do the same. This is day one of me on Concerta. I'm on an 18 milligram dose, and I'm to take 1 tablet daily for the next 30 days, after which I'll see my doctor again. Now you're supposed to take it in the morning so that it's good to use all day. I'm not much of an early riser, so I took it at noon, which hopefully will be okay. In the future I'll start taking it in the morning. But you're meant to take it at noon. It takes a little bit of time to kick in, and then you're supposed to have a period of time where you're able to concentrate and you're stimulated so you can get the things that you need to get done before it wears off in the evening. So now, how did I get to this point? For years I've been really struggling with anxiety. What I thought was anxiety, or what is a combination of ADHD and anxiety. In classes, for example, I cannot focus on a lecture for more than 10 minutes. I start to fidget, my leg will tap, I get really distracted, I can't sit still. Even if I'm really, really trying, the information that goes in isn't really absorbed. And it's pretty much a waste of time. So obviously this makes life really difficult being in university. As well, I've noticed that I have a real difficulty reading. I'll read a couple sentences and then get distracted, or it's a struggle even to get through a couple sentences. I'll get distracted, I can't focus, I'll get exhausted. It's really, really a struggle to concentrate, and oftentimes it'll take me a few hours to finish a page, or sometimes a paragraph if it's really bad, and I get exhausted after doing this, so my parents will often find me. Yeah, so I got to university, and all of those concentration problems, the procrastination, all of that, is not something that works well with university life. You have pages and pages of reading to do, you have assignments due back to back, you have exams back to back sometimes. I kind of floated by in first year, in large part due to my high school really, really preparing us, and I didn't start to notice the problems, I didn't really start to struggle until second year, when the courses that I was in were really not of interest to me. I could care less, and that's when the problems really emerged, because I could not concentrate for the life of me, couldn't bother to do the readings and really be there in class or at home, and my marks really suffered. And towards the middle of second year, I started getting a lot of panic attacks. And I've been to different counselors and psychologists since I was 16, and at that point in second year, my psychologist thought that maybe I do have an anxiety disorder. But what use was that to me? At that point, I didn't know what my resources were. I didn't know what I could do. All I knew was that I needed to get through this year and just be done. But ever since then, I've really wanted a break from school, and I just needed to get out of that environment. But I finished second year somehow, some way, and I realized, okay, maybe I need to change my programs. I'm not interested in what I'm learning. And so I did, and I thought, this is it. This is my last chance, because I'm doing what I want to do, and if I'm interested, I should perform. And with all those expectations, I started my third year, and I was doing okay, but I still wasn't keeping up with the readings. I was trying to just float by going to classes. Everything was still last minute. I still had the concentration problems, and I got to a point where the panic attacks started coming back again and were a lot worse and very frequent, a couple times a week. And I said, you know what, I just need a break. I can't do this anymore for my own sake. So I took a semester off of school last year, which is pretty much the whole year because I didn't get any credits. And I did some traveling, I did working. And I thought, that's it, I'll be fine. Came to school this year, should have been my 4th year, but technically 3rd year. Enrolled in part-time studies because I thought that was the best option. Less of course load. I can focus more on, courses one at a time. The same thing happened again. Then I started to feel this huge weight on me, this real lack of motivation that was stopping me from caring and from doing anything. I could not open a book. I couldn't, even when I did, I couldn't absorb anything in classes. I was there, but I wasn't there, which is really a struggle. And I kept thinking, what now? I took the time off. I changed my programs. I'm part-time. I have all the cards lined up for me. What is going on? And so I thought maybe my depression is back. In high school, I did suffer from depression, so I started in November Cipralex, which is an antidepressant but is meant to treat anxiety and OCD as well. And didn't really notice a difference with my depression because what I've kind of figured now is that maybe the depression wasn't even there. It was just this huge frustration that I had with school. But my anxiety was still there, full-fledged. And so after going to a counselor for a few months, she started saying, well, maybe there's something else here. Maybe we're not really addressing the root cause. Maybe it isn't depression. Maybe it isn't anxiety. And that's when she kind of did an ADHD screener for me. And we started talking about it, and it kind of made sense. I've always been a person with my thoughts really scattered. I don't sleep at night. I'm up for hours with racing thoughts. My leg twitches even when I'm trying to sleep. All of these things started ringing a bell. So she said, well, try and get an assessment. And what I'm really grateful for is that my university has all of the tools that you would really need to succeed. I was able to ask for an assessment. I got it within a couple weeks. I did 2 days, about 4 hours each day of different learning skills and ADHD tests. And within a couple weeks I had my results and I was diagnosed with ADHD. Another problem that I have is visual integration, which is borderline kind of a learning disability for that one, but the main focus is ADHD. And so with the help of the psychologist that did the testing, I've been given a list of recommendations, and one of them was medication. So today I started the Concerta, and I'm in the thick of my exams right now. Wednesday I have a take-home paper due, Thursday I have an exam in the evening, and Saturday I have an exam. Been off for a week and a half, asked me if I've done any studying or any work, and that's a no. But it's been such a struggle to get through this year. I've literally been just clawing to get out. I don't want to keep going, and I really don't see as bright a future as I used to see for myself. I'm very involved in school life. I have I had big hopes and dreams. I've always been bright and wanted to do well, but it's not necessarily because of the ADHD, but because of its symptoms and because of what it does to me, that I don't know how I'm going to get through the rest of my degree. I don't know how I'm going to go to get a master's or anything else. I don't know how I'm going to work. Right now it's pretty dismal, so I'm really hoping for some positives with Concerta. And that's why I wanted to document this. I know there's probably a lot of people out there that are wondering if they have ADHD or if they currently do, whether to take medication or not. Maybe this will help, my filming a video. Try to do it every few days to kind of give people an update as to how the medication is working. But I'd love to hear from other people as to how they're dealing with their ADHD, if they're students, or otherwise too, because I know I'm not alone, but it's so bleak. I don't know how people do it and how they get through school and whatnot. But yeah, thank you for watching. Next time I'll talk about some of the financial benefits that there are for students, especially if you're from Ontario or if you're from Canada, and give you an update on the medication. But that was a little about me, and again, today is day 1 of 18 milligrams of Concerta, so I will see you soon.